We did it. 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 We planted the 2021 garden. Are you ready? Let's stop at the greenhouse first because there's like nothing in it, and then let's go on a tour. So I hope you're as excited as me. Let's go. Take a look at what's going on in my greenhouse right now. I have a cucamelon that's sprouted, some kind of squash that's probably not going to recover from whatever happened to it. This is a carrot. Maybe I should take it out and plant it and see what happens. Over here we have up-potted, mostly tomatoes, one serrano hot pepper, and things have changed, so let's go outside. We'll start with what I call the southern side of my house. Potatoes. I think those were planted in April. They should be ready to harvest around mid-July or mid-April, depending on if I want to give them another 30 days or not. This is garlic, and I just looked it up the other day. I didn't realize that garlic has an 8 to 9 month germination or whatever curing season, so these will probably have to be here until spring. Over here I had sweet potato slips that I had planted that got frozen, and I had 3. This is the last one that's still in the ground here. I pulled up the other 2. They weren't doing anything, so now I have more regular russet potatoes over here. Don't tell me it already. Okay, we're not gonna pull that just in case it's already. I just did it this morning, so hard to believe if that's already a potato plant. Anyway, I left this sweet potato slip. It looked like it was still alive at the bottom underneath, so we'll see. But if you recall, I wasn't sure about this side of the house because I knew it wasn't going to get very much sun, and so far I'm pleasantly surprised. We'll just have to see how the potato harvest turns out and what comes of these garlic. So let's move on. I did some cleanup efforts and dumped out some pots that either something died or I thought that the nutrients were spent from the dirt. A pot of mint, and I was afraid that if it wasn't entirely like dead in there, that if I dumped it somewhere in my yard that wasn't somewhere that I mowed frequently, that I would end up with mint again. So I mow here frequently, and that's where that dirt got dumped because there was a big hole in my yard randomly. So that was fun. I had some company come over, and in our excitement, some of the driveway broccolis got trampled. But I'll be darned, this one's still hanging in there even though most of its bigger leaves got trampled. Broccoli. Still got broccoli here. Got to put those out next. That's going to be an elephant ear. That was spinach, but that dirt is spent. So I had removed some iris from a different part of my yard, transplanted them out here, got rid of some iris. So I sacrificed my spinach pot for that. The lovely volunteer broccoli is doing great. Cilantro's looking pretty good. Finally, I purchased that strawberry plant. I think my primrose are gonna turn around, hopefully. And this broccoli, it's bolting. It's not supposed to shoot up that tall. So we either pull it or we make the mistake of letting it go to seed. And I don't think I want to do that again, so that'll probably be gone at the next video. I deadheaded some tulips, not sure if you're supposed to. This broccoli plant will probably bolt too because it's in the same area of sun. See? Oh, let me get out of the way. There. There. Didn't even look it up if you were supposed to deadhead tulips. Just did it. This is the iris area, and I had these already, and those bluish purple ones surprised me. I moved them out here because they're way too pretty to be hiding, and I'll show you where I found them. The flower garden, not too much to report. Some of this blooms in summer and some in spring. This is a poppy. Duh, the tag's right there. So that'll be cute when it opens. That's milkweed that got frozen, but it's got some growth down there. I don't think it got frozen. I think it just had some really cold nights. It's annual milkweed. This is annual milkweed that did get frozen, but it's gonna come back for me. That didn't have any blooms when I bought it. So yeah, there's a mix of perennials and annuals in here. Dun, 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 dun. Purchased cucumbers. The mint that is coming back. Cucumber I sprouted. Cucumber I sprouted. Any cucamelons yet? I don't see them out here. Sometimes they take a really long time. And when I put down the straw, the markers I had were toothpicks. So it's a little hard to see. There's a toothpick right there, but you gotta look close. Toothpick right there. Kale, purchased it. But it's okay. Oh, a spider. These peas I planted. No flowers yet, so no pea pods yet. But we have enough plants that maybe they'll all set flower around the same time. I'm trying to teach it where it needs to go so that it can climb up. Looking nice. And then I did see a sprout this morning, long beans. That's a long bean sprout, and it'll climb up here, and hopefully in a month or two I'll have something to show you there. Nothing sprouted at this toothpick yet. We actually have a chance of rain every day for the next 8 days. Like the whole 8-day forecast shows a chance of rain, so haven't needed to turn on the soaker hose yet. But look guys, the pepper bed has been planted. So that pepper plant is from last year. I'm not sure what I'll get from it. I didn't harden it off, so sun scold, but I was like, you know, it was out last year. It should be fine. That's what I get, right? I get a mix of sweet bell peppers, banana peppers. The hot ones are down there, so jalapenos and other ones. And I had to purchase all these because I did not successfully I have one in my greenhouse, if you saw. And that, my niece's plant, it is radish. Use my plant identifier. And eventually that pepper there might shadow out this radish, but I get sun from that direction in the morning and then this direction in the evening, so hopefully it won't be that much of a difference once the plants grow up. Or maybe the radishes will take off and be harvested before the peppers. That's probably more likely. And the tomato bed. I don't have any determinate varieties yet. I have a few in seed form in my garage / greenhouse, and they'll go along this side, but I purchased all of these indeterminate varieties. And these have been planted for a week and a half maybe, and my straw is sprouting, which is annoying, but whatever. I bought these for today, and if you saw my TikTok, Jessica Sowards from Roots and Refuge Farm recommended look around when you purchase things at the nursery, because likely there will be a container that has multiple plants in it. So that's what this is. That's the same container. And that's what this is. That's the same container that I purchased that had 2 in the container. So I got 2 plants for the price of 1. Over here, this garlic was planted in November. So that one I can probably harvest in August. And then we have onion, 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 onion. Kind of got a little covered when I was putting in the tomato. Onion, onion. And I haven't finished the drip irrigation for this, and I haven't added any for that because it's just gonna rain for the next 8 days. So why do that? This is where that beautiful blue / purple iris came from. It just sprouted here. 3rd year living here, and it came here, but it was intertwined in that piece of wood right there, which was like a barrier to this garden area. And I don't know how long it had been laying there. I don't know if it was just, you know, mowed over year after year, but it was too beautiful to leave here between the houses. So it got to move out front. Have not done anything about my poison ivy. Nobody has suggested any help, so for another day still. I planted some things out back. Got some melon. It probably did not get hardened off well enough. Melon. Yellow squash that was pretty much dead, but we're gonna see if it'll come back. Melon. Cantaloupe that was almost dead. We're gonna see if it'll come back. Melon. Looking pretty sad back here, guys. Yellow squash that's actually been back here for 3 weeks. Long time. Since before the last frost passed. Pumpkin that's been back here since the same amount of time. Pumpkin here. And I think that's all I planted out here. I need to get some eggplant because that was in my plan, was to have yellow squash and eggplants here in the middle. And then have melons here and pumpkins on this one. And now I have hay in my truck. And sort of rounding out the tour part is this onion that I planted last year that sprouted this year. Some people suggest to cut off the green parts so that the plant will send its energy back down to the bulb. But this is the 2nd year, that's why it's got a flower, and I don't know. It volunteered basically, so it's kind of like a experiment. And every time I get this thing to start growing again and stand up, something happens. I think the dogs trample it. But it's not partitioned off. It's not, I'm not protecting it with anything, so it's all right. The weeds are taking over right there. And here is the frame for those climbing flowers in my greenhouse. Just need to get that done. Update on the compost. I need to turn it. I've never, not once, turned the compost. So bugs that are in there that shouldn't be in there are kind of taking over, and I need to get a tool so I can turn it. I added some raw eggs earlier, cracked them open. They were expired, but other than that, oh, I stopped at the community garden this morning, so let's put that clip in here. Hey, I'm stopping by the community garden again. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. Probably wore the complete wrong shoes for this, but it's not currently raining, so I keep forgetting to check and see what this is. So there's going to be a jump cut. I'm going to stop recording and look on my app and see what this is. Okay, the app says that it's cilantro. I tasted one of these and it does taste like cilantro. It's pretty woody. I've never grown cilantro that got this stalky, so I guess it's cilantro. Moving along. Wow, are they getting heads? Not yet. Mine, the volunteers I have in my yard that are broccoli are already trying to bolt. So I'm curious if having the bed up like this to provide some shade, that's cilantro too, probably then. Holy turnips. Holy turnips. Oh, the peppers. Hello, peppers. You doing okay? No? You gonna come back a little bit? Ooh, ouchie. Ooh, what are these? Are these potatoes? Or is it just more, no, it can't be is that spearmint? Did it just go all the way over there? No, that can't be. Let me go around and see if that post says anything. It's spearmint there. Okay, doesn't say anything. Maybe I'll use my app again. Hold on. My app did say this is a potato. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Still nothing. If there is something in here, it's not coming up. This was a tomato plant. I don't know if they're thinking it's gonna come back. I don't think that they do after they get that far gone. There was one there. This one's probably gonna be all right. There was one here. Obviously, there was one in each of these cages because they put the cages up. Look, a volunteer! Melons, maybe? Or, I'm pretty sure they had cucumbers here. I don't know. I don't remember what was here last year. Pumpkins, maybe? Squash. Listen to me, I have no idea, but that's super cute. I'm pretty sure they didn't intend to plant those, just volunteers. Love a volunteer moment. Their strawberries are doing so good. I broke down and I finally bought a strawberry plant today. So now I don't need to come here and be like, oh no, do you think they'll mind if I take one? Look, they got babies, so cute. Well, that's fun. I would have not guessed that that was cilantro. All right. I guess that's about it. Other than this onion of some kind. I wonder, how do they collect the rainwater? Is it, oh, it just goes in the holes? Doesn't feel very, maybe they drain them at the end of the season so that they don't freeze, but they leave them out here. I don't know. Like I said, I never got in contact with anybody, so I don't know for sure how any of this works. I'm assuming they just throw things in the ground and then you come and harvest because you live in the community. You're welcome to harvest. All right, we'll check in a little while and see what the progress is. And this poor thing. It's a nasturtium. Hopefully the new leaves that are starting are a sign for better days. It was waterlogged when I planted it, and then I put it up here with potting soil, and then I came back and put compost with manure on top. And I haven't watered it since I planted it, but it's also rained and been inconsistently sunny and cloudy, so we're just holding out hope for that. All right, and that's about it. So the 2021 garden is finally planted. Just need a couple more things. Maybe have to start some things from seed if those that I transplanted today die off. Overall, feeling pretty good about the peppers that I bought. A little sad about the things that I didn't get to sprout and put in the ground, but there's always next year and there's always room for improvement. And like Roots and Refuge Farm Jessica Soward says, use where you're at right now as your classroom so that you learn things now and you can use it in the future. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me next time.